Hoi no ngami Richard kia tātou katoa. Hoi no tēnā tātou te ao Māori kei roto i te ao pāhia no ani te wāni. Ngā mihi kia tātou, ngā tangi hoki ki o tātou tini ai tua, ko whiturani kia i te rāni. Nā reira ko tātou, e whakamamai tiana te ringa kaho ai tua, tēnā tātou. Tēnā tātou o rātou kono i ki muri nei, nā reira kei te mihi kei te tangi tu kia tātou katoa. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Ngāti Porou. I am not your usual New Zealander in that I am multi-sectored in everything that I do. I'm not just a farmer, I'm not just a forester, I'm not just a fisherman, I am all of those things wrapped up in the one person. So in that sense then, we are different to other business sectors in this country. We began our multi-sector journey back in 1985 without a treaty claim. I recall some people, after we had reached a settlement with the Crown, because we made several $1 million, although it's only 1% of our total due. One banker said to me, "What is it like to be a millionaire?" My response was, "It's good because you're talking to me." And so I think it is necessary for us as a nation to be talking to us and talking to one another, because we do things differently from other sectors within the New Zealand society. We are not individuals. We work together collectively in everything that we do. Because whānau and whanaungatanga, our relationship to one another, is actually the driving force which has allowed us to survive for many years and which will be our survival point going into the future. We, as Ngāti Porou, for example, and I can only speak about not the emerging Ngāti Porou economy, because for me there is no such thing, but growing the Ngāti Porou economy is something totally different. In traditional times, science lived with our people. We were the scientists, we were the multi-sectored societies, and so we had tātai ororangi, used to stay with our people and tell us what the stars were saying, predicting what the outcomes would be from time to time. And then the colonialists came into our country and made some changes to the way that we thought and lived our lives. Science then took a back seat in the manner in which we expressed our values of developing growth, developing our economy, and maintaining our relationships with one another. We then learned new words like partnership. And when I sat down and I say to myself, what is partnership? And people tell me, oh, it's about democracy. But what is democracy to Māori, to Ngāti Porou, a person like me? There is no such thing as partnership in my relationship as Ngāti Porou with others, because we can never have equal partnership, because the whole basis of democracy is on the majority rule. What we should develop, however, are relationships, because relationships don't play too much with statistical matters that say you get this percentage and I get the other. But relationship is something that we can build together, so that scientists living in universities, scientists that write theses and PhD theses, often need to get out of their ivory tower and come back and sit with us so that they can understand the real world of where the real science should be applied. And fortunately for us, over the last 2 or 3 years, we have been working closely with Murray Bain and his team in order to find a place for science in our growing Ngāti Porou economy. As a result of that relationship, we have had one of our scientists currently completing a PhD at Victoria University, and who's been instructed that as soon as she comes back there, have completed that, come back to the real world. She has been sitting alongside our fishing people and assisting us in the development of science and business relationships to grow our fisheries. I'm proud to say that in 2007, our fisheries company had a capital value of $1.4 million. Today, it is in excess of $34 million. Why? Because we are growing it. It is not emerging, we are growing it. In terms of our forestry, we have relationships with South Korea, both in commercial forests that will be due for logging in 3 years' time. We have also created a relationship with them in terms of carbon forest. So what is this so-called emerging Māori economy? There is no emerging economy in Ngāti Porou. It's a totally new phrase for me. But you're telling me, e tipu e rea mo ngā rā o tōu au. Ko tō ringa ki ngā rākau a te Pākehā hei ora mo tō tina. Ko tō ngā kau ki ngā taonga ao tipuna hei tiki mo tō maun. Ko tō wairua ki te atua nāna nei ngā mea katoa. What then is the thing that should be driving the growth of this Māori economy? It is what Ngata said to us many years ago: grow, young one, for your time and for your generation. Your hand grasping the knowledge of the Pākehā for your livelihood. Your heart centered on the treasures of your ancestors as a plume for your head. Your spirit to God, the author of all things. That is the science that is driving the Ngāti Porou economy. I think that the cliche that one size fits all does not apply to Māoridom. We are different from iwi to iwi, even though from time to time the Pākehā media would say that Ngāti Porou is part of the Kingitanga movement. We are not. Ngāti Porou has its own mana, as other iwi have their own mana. We are a people with mana, and we will grow. We have people who are amply qualified in many, many ways to grow our Ngāti Porou economy. And so, again, because 1 minute there and Toyota there, kia ora tata.